Multifamily Mindset
podcast. Think bigger.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode here on the MFM podcast. My name is Dallas Pruitt. I am the resident mindset consultant here at MFM, and I am also the founder of Live Life Mission, and it is my life's mission to help you and all other leaders out there in the world of business, in the world of parenting, in the world of sports, whatever it may be. Any leader anywhere, my job is to help you learn to adopt and live, feed, if you will, a growth mindset in all that you do. I am in the business of helping leaders increase their impact and find success and fulfillment in their personal and professional pursuits. It just so happens we are hyper-focused on multifamily real estate here on this podcast and at the Multifamily Mindset. And I first and foremost want to thank Anne Santos for her amazing story on this past week's episode here on the MFM podcast. Her and Zach did a great job, and she just was so willing to share so freely her knowledge that she's gained, and I think there's something to be learned about that. That is a very common trait amongst very successful people, is, again, sharing freely that knowledge that they've gained and just providing massive value. I wanted to highlight a couple really important things. Something that she used a word, and I thought that it was a very powerful word, and I wanted to highlight it. The word was candor. And the definition of candor, for those that maybe heard that and they were like, wow, candor, okay, maybe it's a big word, maybe it's not a big word. Either way, it doesn't matter where you land. I just thought it was such a powerful, potent word of choice by Anne. And it means an unreserved, honest, or sincere expression. And what I loved about her story of triumph and success and failure and just her process is that through her learning experience in multifamily, and again, I'm sure these are lessons that she has learned even prior, she talks about the importance of candor. And why is candor important? One might ask. Well, I think it's actually everything. I've learned through my own experience that candor is everything, that in order to beat the competition, it's to join the competition. It's to join forces with those who are doing it right and those that are finding real success. And atop the industry, not just here, but in all industries, those who are at the top, they aren't keeping any secrets. They're sharing them. It's this open doors type of mentality and approach. And Anne is a prime example of this. I want to talk about, I kind of compiled 4 things here based off of her story that I want to share with you guys that will help you to, again, beat your competition. And what I mean by beat your competition is really join them atop that level of success that they found. And that is 4 pillars to help you grow stronger relationships and find greater success. These 4 pillars, these 4 super crucial approaches that I invite everybody listening to the podcast today, no matter where you're at in your multifamily journey, are as follows. 1, when it comes to the people you surround yourself with in the network, in the industry, be real. Number 2, be honest. Number 3, be open. And number 4, be consistent. Anne is a prime example of this. She has shown up as her real, authentic self. She has been honest about where she's at, where she's headed, what she's doing, where she's going, how she's doing it. She's been very open about that, and she has very consistently shown up as that person every single day. She's committed, and because of that, she has been able to find high levels of success. And so, again, no matter where you're at on your multifamily journey, in this space, and again, I'm speaking from experience when I talk about this too, because for those that don't know, I also invest in multifamily. One of the first steps, big steps I made forward when I was brought on to serve this organization was I took some of my hard-earned money. I had learned too much to not do this, and I invested it in multifamily properties. And through some trial and error and some success, it's not been all butterflies and rainbows. That's not how investing works. It's not all just a perfect case scenario all the time. I've definitely had my losses and I've definitely had my wins. But the one thing that I have found that I will stick true to for the rest of my investing career is I only want to work with those who are real, who are honest, who are open, and who are consistent. In that space where those four pillars exist, relationships are strengthened and great things are built. And surround yourself with people like Anne Santos, because she is, again, a living example of these things and the importance of them, and the results speak for themselves. She talked about mindset. She said that it might be the most important thing, and obviously I'm biased to that, and I would have to agree. Real estate, like she said, is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, real estate, getting your health back, building a great family, a loving family, a family that sticks together, building a business of high profitability that provides the world with high value. These things are not get-rich-quick schemes. These are processes. These are processes with an end in mind, and where people keep the main thing, which is value, providing whoever that market is high levels of value. I just wanted to reiterate that because I think a lot of people come into real estate and it's very easy to fall into the trap of thinking that this can be a get-rich-quick thing, not a scheme. I think there is some real false narratives out there pushed by many people that real estate or business or entrepreneurship can be a get-rich-quick thing. And look, maybe it can, but I am telling you from my own personal experiences and from working with many other professionals throughout the course of my last 5 years doing this work, that when things are built upon a fragile foundation and upon wrong principles, like the mentality of getting rich quick, which is a very selfish build, a very selfish process, things crumble. They crash. They burn. Relationships are destroyed. Bad things happen. Do not go into this or continue forward within that type of mentality. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you take a moment to leave us a review and a rating. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners. Plus, we love hearing from you. Thanks so much for your support. Expectations. This leads me to expectations, and these were some notes that I wrote to myself that I wanted to share with the listeners today, is that expectations are really tricky when you start big, new, exciting endeavors. And expectations just are tricky across the board. They can really get us into trouble. From my experiences in multifamily, in business, in parenting, in marriage, here are a few expectations that I believe you can and you should set for yourself. And outside of these, you just need to be really careful. One is expect it to be hard. It's crazy the way you will show up when you accept that and expect it to be hard, meaning the process and the journey at the very beginning before you even dive into it. It's amazing how you will show up better because of that. Again, holding that expectation that this is not going to be a walk in the park. This is going to be challenging. Expect it to take time. Look, don't come into something like this or any other space of your life that really matters and expect great things to transpire really flawlessly and really easily in a very short amount of time. Now, I say it that success is not made in a microwave, it is made in a slow cooker. So expect it to take time. Another expectation that you can set for yourself is expect to find solutions to your problems. The ones that make it, the ones that figure it out, the ones that actually build the thing, that do the thing. They are master problem solvers. They are creative problem solvers. They use their agency to not complain, but to solve problems and to do. So expect yourself to be that kind of person, to find solutions to the big, to the small, to the medium-sized problems, and I promise you they will show up very regularly. Very regularly. In fact, expect to find way more problems or face way more problems than what you can even imagine, depending on what it is you're building. But again, those don't matter if you find a love for the process and solving problems. Problems are great things because without problems, we wouldn't have anything to solve for. And then fourth, set the expectation with yourself that you will rise above all of that adversity. You will grow. You will figure it out. Don't give yourself an out. The mind, you go where the mind goes. And it's true what Anne says. Mindset really is everything. It's also something that you can develop. And one of the best ways that I have learned to grow and help others grow their mentalities is to set proper expectations. I hope these expectations help you. And again, I hope you can find the courage to set them for yourself so that you can move forward and build great things no matter where you're at, whether you're well down the line already or you're just starting in this industry. I want to come back to really quick, again, just beating the competition and what I covered at the beginning, just as a quick review. Again, I want to invite you to look around at the stage of the game that you're at. Look around, and I want you to find and identify the ones who are having a lot of success. And then I want to invite you to find ways to join them. Look, I don't know what that means, right? Like, I don't mean if that looks for you, that might look like reading the same books they're reading, joining some masterminds, going to events. It could look like a plethora of different things. There's lots of different ways in which you can join them. But join them and then again, follow through with those 4 pillars. Ask them questions, and when you show up in building those relationships and joining in collaboration in the building of great things, live by those 4 pillars. Be real, be honest, be open, and be consistent with others in your network, with your investors, with everyone. These pillars really are the foundation to stronger relationships, to greater success in not just multifamily, but everything. Guys, I hope you were able to grab something of high value, as I always hope every single episode here on the MFM podcast, every Thursday episode. Thanks for joining us as usual. We are so grateful that this community continues to grow, that these stories are being highlighted and brought forth so that you can draw inspiration, motivation, and real strategies and tactics so that you can go implement them into your life and your business so that you can continue to find not just, success in the short term, but long-term success. Grateful as always, and we'll see you guys back here on the podcast again next week.
Multifamily Mindset
Podcast. Think bigger.